Just thinking about Blue Beetle is already putting me to bed. This snooze fest of a film is painfully average and proof that DC Studios can no longer sustain itself. But let's start by getting to the root of the problem.
Why exactly did I fall asleep? What caused me to get so sleepy that I would straight up go to bed right there in the theater? How in the world could a high action movie put a superhero nerd like me to bed? I'll give you the simple answer. It's because I've already seen this movie literally a million other times. Blue Beetle is so generic, so bland, that as long as you've seen any superhero movie in the past 10 years, you would have already seen this one. And I don't say that with pleasure. I'm actually pretty sad that DC keeps making flop after flop, and that Blue Beetle would be no different. Which sucks, because this film had all the components within it to be an above average superhero movie. Not a top tier one, but at the very least, it could have been memorable. By fixing and tuning a few of the key elements, Blue Beetle would have gone from meh to pretty good. There's two main things that need to change to keep us from sleeping: reality and originality. By looking at Jaime and his family, we see these points more clearly. They were easily the best part about this film. Their family added a new element to the superhero genre, since those family action movies are kind of rare now and more in line with the early 2000s types of films. You learn to like the protagonists more through the ensemble and grow with the family. In other words, it's pretty much Spy Kids.
To family. To family.
Family.
To family.
But not all of the ensemble cast was good. I hate to say it, but George Lopez was my least favorite character, just because he wasn't that funny.
That man's a fascist.
He tried a little too hard and became an over-the-top cartoon caricature compared to the other somewhat grounded family members. If he dialed it back a bit, he could have easily been the best part. This is the main struggle of Blue Beetle. It poorly balances a grounded real family with an over-the-top superhero film, and it tries to compensate for this by trying to be familiar to you, so it leans into those stereotypical tropes. But by doing so, it lost its reality and originality. Another example is the grandma, who just fell apart towards the end when she became a bizarre Rambo combat leader. These characters pulled me out of the film and played with my heart a little too much. Like when Jaime was literally being possessed in the most graphic way ever, it was just played off for laughs later. Or the annoying sister, who is another stereotypical eat the rich character. And it's ironic that they literally murder people and the film laughs it off, while Jaime is heavily against murder. Especially contrasting them with Jaime's dad, who absolutely carried the emotional weight of this film. He does an amazing portrayal of a real dad having a deep relationship with his son. And when they lost him, everyone's acting was just so good. The struggles the family had faced added more complexity, so it bothered me when they had such a deep, relatable story arc like that, and then lose it all by trying to be just another superhero movie. Jaime is that generic, satirical, nerdy teenager hero that we've seen so many other times, aka the Peter Parker problem, since Tom Holland's Spider-Man became ground zero for this type of character. Also, hot take, but Blue Beetle's suit was atrocious. There's nothing unique about it, and the CGI made the mask look unintentionally goofy. Then there's the villain, who is just another stereotypical racist CEO, whose corporation blends in with all the other futuristic company tropes we've seen before. I swear, they always have a high-tech screen in the lobby where the CEO pops up on the screen and is like, "Here are our ventures. Our main goal is to succeed and eliminate all poor people so society will thrive again. Unless you're subscribed. In that case, it's okay if you're poor." Why did it happen like this? Well, it's the writer's first ever superhero movie, and the director's first one too, so that might explain a lot. On a serious note, I'm actually happy they're giving writers and directors a shot at huge blockbusters. There's nothing wrong with it being your first superhero movie, but I'm not sure if these were the right people to make this film. It's worrisome that this seems to be the state of superhero movies. With James Gunn in charge, it looks like DC might actually have a chance, but if they continue to hire the wrong people, they're dead in the water still. With all that being said, Blue Beetle was just alright. It may be bland, but it's not bad either. But I felt like I wasted my time watching it, because I had seen Blue Beetle 20 other times in different movies. For me, the most entertaining part was predicting what was going to happen. If you haven't seen Blue Beetle yet, go into it trying to play this game. I promise it's more engaging and rewarding than the film itself. Or you can just go to take a really sweet nap. 5 out of 10 Beetles, no Yellow Submarine.